disappointing again yesterday too.
Yeah.
When they get away from the funny ones, man? You know,
Everything was so political.
Yeah. Which is silly because the funny ones are the ones you remember. Those are the ones that you never forget, you know.
That John Denver one, a lot of people were like, where they're singing country roads or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. Let's stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So just a reminder to silence your cell phones. Before we do roll call, we're going to swear in our new counselor. So.
Come on down.
Because sometimes I read too much and I can't remember what it says. All right, raise your hand. I state your name.
Tyler Horton,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution,
I will support the Constitution,
the laws of the United States and of the state of Colorado,
the laws of the United States and the state of Colorado,
the municipal code and ordinances of the city of Brush,
municipal code and ordinances of the city of Brush,
and that I will faithfully perform all of the duties pertaining to the office of counselor. I'll just read the whole thing. And I will faithfully perform all of the duties pertaining to the office of counselor in Ward 1 of the city of Brush, Colorado to the best of my ability.
I will perform faithfully all the duties pertaining to the office of counselor Ward 1 for the city of Brush, Colorado, to the best of my abilities.
That was hard.
Thanks. Welcome. Thanks.
All right, so we will start with roll call.
Mayor Sherman,
Here.
Councilor Horton,
Here.
Councilor Klinkhammer,
Here.
Councilor Lundstrom,
Here.
Councilor Scalise,
Here.
Councilor Spradlin,
Here.
Councilor Tyree.
Here.
All right. Approval of the agenda. Do we have any additions or corrections for the agenda tonight? If not, I'd look for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the agenda for regular meeting February 10th, 2025.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Councilor Scalise,
Yes.
Councilor Lundstrom,
Yes.
Councilor Tyree,
Yes.
Councilor Horton,
Yes.
Councilor Spradlin,
Yes.
Councilor Klinkhammer,
Yes.
Mayor Sherman.
Yes. Motion passes. Approval of the minutes. We've all had a chance to read the minutes from the last meeting. Are there any corrections that anybody see? If not, I would look for a motion to approve the minutes.
I move we approve the minutes of the regular meeting of January 27th, 2025.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Councilor Klinkhammer,
Yes.
Councilor Spradlin,
Yes.
Councilor Horton,
Yes.
Councilor Tyree,
Yes.
Councilor Lundstrom,
Yes.
Councilor Scalise,
Yes.
Mayor Sherman.
Yes. All right. Visitors and delegations. Citizens are invited to speak to council on any item that does not have a public hearing scheduled. Do we have anybody here that wants to talk to council? Nope. Okay. Well, I won't read the rest. We'll move on to management. Our first one is a resolution. It looks like we've got Dan Kropp talking about this one.
And I apologize. This is the resolution, I believe, reappointing the judge.
The judge. Yep.
And this is just a formality to clarify. You guys already appointed him. It's for a 2-year period. It ends December of this year. So
Okay.
happy to answer any questions you might have.
Anybody have any questions?
Judge Jones, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've been happy with him.
Yeah.
So I would look for a motion to approve this resolution.
Move we approve resolution number 2025-2, a resolution of the Brush City Council affirming the appointment of Municipal Judge Jones.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote?
Counselor Spradlin?
Yes.
Counselor Lindstrom?
Yes.
Counselor Tyree?
Yes.
Counselor Horton?
Yes.
Counselor Klinkhammer?
Yes.
Counselor Scalise?
Yes.
Mayor Sherman?
Yes. All right, that motion passes. Let's see, we have another resolution. We've got Chris Bostron on this one.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Before you this evening is Resolution 2025-3, a resolution amending the rates and the charges for water services to consumers and users within and outside of the city limits. It is necessary to create additional revenues at this time with the water fund for the maintenance of an aging infrastructure, the rising costs of the products and the services to complete these upgrades, and to help establish the RO system to meet the growing demand for water for future use and development. The additional revenue would be created by increasing the base monthly charge by 10%. This base charge includes water usage up to 5,000 gallons. Overage charges per 1,000 gallons would increase through a tiered rate as follows. 6,000 to 12,000 gallons would be 10%. 13 to 30,000 gallons would be 15%, and 31,000 gallons and over would increase by 20%. Upon approval, the amended rates would be for calendar year 2025 with an effective date of March 1st. So thank you for your consideration.
Good. Thank you, Chris. Does anybody have any comments, questions? You want to make a motion?
I move to approve resolution number 2025-3, a resolution amending the rates and charges for water services to consumers and users within and outside the city limits.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, roll call vote.
Counselor Tyree?
Yes.
Counselor Klinkhammer?
Yes.
Counselor Lindstrom?
Yes.
Counselor Horton?
Yes.
Counselor Scalise?
Yes.
Counselor Spradlin?
Yes.
Mayor Sherman?
Yes. All right, next, that motion passes. We've got Chris again for the auditor.
Thank you, Mayor. The city has received their annual audit letter from Laurier, Sabo and Associates to conduct our 2024 audit. I have reviewed the engagement letter and see no significant changes from last year's audit. The fee for the 2024 audit is stated at $25,900. The fee does include $5,000 for a single audit. A single audit is necessary should it be determined the city expensed $750,000 or more in federal funding. If a single audit is not needed, then the total fee for the audit will be reduced to $20,900. This is a $2,100 increase for the annual audit. This is nothing unusual, as there is usually a slight increase for the fee from year to year. So staff is requesting council approve Laurier, Zabo and Associates to conduct our 2024 annual audit with Mayor Sherman signing the engagement letter. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Mhm.
Do we have any questions, comments, motions?
I move that we approve the 2024 auditor engagement letter.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Counselor Lindstrom?
Yes.
Counselor Klinkhammer?
Yes.
Counselor Spradlin?
Yes.
Counselor Scalise?
Yes.
Counselor Horton?
Yes.
Counselor Tyree?
Yes.
Mayor Sherman?
Yes. That motion passes. All right, finance.
I move we approve
I
disbursements.
move we approve disbursements of payroll for January 28th, 2025 through February 10th, 2025, totaling $400,828.96.
Okay.
I second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Counselor Klinkhammer?
Yes.
Counselor Horton?
Yes.
Counselor Spradlin?
Yes.
Counselor Tyree?
Yes.
Counselor Scalise?
Yes.
Counselor Lindstrom?
Yes.
Mayor Sherman?
Yes. All right, we're ready to staff reports. We'll start with Tyler Purvis, Assistant Administrator.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council. Councilor Horton, welcome. It's great to see that wonderful first name you have up there, by the way. I have 4 updates for the council and the community tonight. The first one has to do with our tree board. We got to start things off with our typical 6-month season of tree board activity. So within the next month or so, we're going to be opening up the 3 different programs that we have. One is the free tree program that's been successful each year. That'll be an online submission for anyone who's interested in a tree within their front yard. Quantities are always limited based on budget. And then we have the 50-50 program where a tree, either a second tree can be obtained or a backyard tree, and the city will contribute half of the cost for that. And then the third one is the annual Arbor Day celebration that we do with the 3rd graders, where we select a location in town where 3rd graders come out, have a little celebration about trees and how awesome they are, and they get to help plant a tree and watch it grow years to come, and then all leave with a little seedling that they can plant in their yard that hopefully the dog doesn't pee on and kill, or they leave it out to dry, which is usually what happens, but there might be a couple survivors out there. The second update is that we finally did go live with our new website. If you haven't seen it yet, sanebrushcolo.com. New pages on there, a new look, some new features as well. We're still rolling out some of those, which will include a notification system. Hoping to get that up and running within the next week or so. We got to make sure everything is good before we put the green light on it. But if there's any feedback, any changes, any errors in there, please pass that along, because there's a lot of information, a lot of pages, and inevitably some stuff will get missed, although we do try to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. The third item, Colorado Preservation Inc., they're tied to History Colorado. This past week, or week before last, they did an annual conference called Saving Places. And at that conference, they announced a local property, the Corral Sports Bar, as being placed on Colorado's most endangered places list. The Central School was placed on that list back in, I think, 2010, right around there or so. And what that program does is provides advocacy, awareness, and technical assistance to significant historic resources throughout Colorado that are in danger of being lost. I think there's about 140 properties around the state that are on that list, and so 2 of them in Brush have been placed on that overall. So hopefully it'll draw a little more attention. I know that the owner of the property is looking to do some repairs there. They're very, very expensive, and so this is another way to get interest on the building, potentially to get more people interested in partnering with her to see that local landmark, which is designated locally within the Historic Preservation Board, to see that continue to go forward. There was a quote from the article that was on there, which if anybody's interested at the video, if anybody's interested in watching the video that they showed at that conference, the Chamber's Facebook page does have that. It's like a 3-minute video available for anybody to watch. But within the little article that was put together, it said, quote, "A post office, hat-making factory, hotel, restaurant, opera house, bank, bar, and telephone exchange, oh my, nestled in the heart of Main Street in Brush, the Neuro Block and Opera House embodies the multifaceted use of buildings in eastern Colorado communities. Since its construction in 1902, this downtown Brush building has served many purposes as a hub of social interaction, local commerce, and cultural identity," end quote. So that's neat. Just wanted to pass that on to the community. And then lastly, we did receive formal documentation for the CDOT Revitalization Main Street Grant. Just under $250,000 was awarded to 3 different projects that we put in. The overhead lighting, the festoon lighting, and the 200 block of Clayton Street, completing the pavers on the north side of Carrillo's there, right along Eaton Street. Edmonds. And then rehab of all the existing pavers where they've sunken and they're not flat anymore. So all those projects, we put those out for an RFP as part of the whole bidding process prior to putting the application in, to make our application stronger, as well as speed up the process if we were awarded. And so all those projects are pretty much ready to go. And so we're hoping to have those in place and all wrapped up by June. So I'll bring those bid awards to council at the next meeting for approval. So those are my updates for the night. Be happy to answer any questions. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Chief Wexsteiner.
Evening, everyone. Really briefly, the only thing I have was just an update on staffing. We are adding 2 new officers to our department within the next week. I think the starting date is supposed to be the 18th, so that puts us down to just 2 positions, which I want to say we haven't been fully staffed. We've been fighting with it since about 2019 was the first time somebody left, and we haven't been able to catch up then. So with that, we're looking at possibly sending one to the academy this summer. We will then have to probably look at hiring another one, because one of the positions we have it open is a patrol sergeant position. So we'll look at hopefully being able to fill that internally within the next 6 months to a year, possibly. But super excited to finally get this close to being fully staffed. It's been a long time, and I know everybody patrol level is looking really forward to get some extra coverage and just having somebody to help out and run calls and stuff. So I've had, anybody has any questions or comments, concerns?
You guys are doing a good job. Thank you. Let's switch. Director of Community Services.
Just a few updates. Recently we put together an active older adults committee. We've been meeting twice a month with that, and we're coming up with some different programming opportunities. Right now, they're looking at finding the availability of a place to maybe host a dance once a month, and also setting up a walking club. We also started doing our coffee and donuts meet and greet on the last Friday of each month. This last one we had over 25 people that attended, and actually Tyler was our guest speaker at it, and I thought it was a really positive meeting. So we're moving forward with that. The museum is going to have positions open there for our curator, our weekend curator. We're looking to actually have 2 or 3 of those that we'll cover that. It's a tough position because it's a weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's hard to find someone that's going to give up every one of their weekends throughout the summer. So we are trying to look to fill that with multiple people. And so there should be something out in the website, the newspapers, momentarily that will have that job description and everything. This next couple weeks, we will be sending out the flyers for youth boys and girls fast pitch softball and youth baseball, also with Tiny Top basketball. So we will be getting those programs going this spring. And speaking of the spring, we are right now taking registrations for the St. Patrick's Day race, which is March 15th. We'll have live music that will be being played there if you're not interested in doing the walk and run. Also, that afternoon, we will be hosting an adult one-pitch softball tournament that day. So quite a bit going on the 15th of March. As far as the Parks and Cemetery goes, Loranda and myself and the rest of the staff, we have been reviewing fees for the cemetery and updating them for future consideration. They haven't really been touched since 2014, so we are trying to bring them up a little bit. Like everybody has said, prices are going up, and you want to keep them at a certain rate, but inevitably you have to be able to raise the rates. And then our park staff, unfortunately, there's 2 or 3 pieces of playground equipment that we are going to have to take out over the next few weeks. It's just beyond repair. Some of that stuff is over 20 years old, so it is in our future 5-year plan to start replacing some of that and maybe shrinking the playgrounds. Our playgrounds are huge and everything right now, so shrinking them up so that it's less space to take care of and getting some good quality equipment in there for the kids to enjoy. So we will be working with that. As far as the golf course goes, we will be hosting this Friday. We have comedy shows, 6 o'clock and 8:30 are the 2 shows. There will be some specials out at the golf course, so if you are interested, you can get tickets at the Emporium over at the golf course and also at Village Liquor in Fort Morgan. They're $20 a piece, and they're always a really good show. So I think there's still tickets available every place, but it is filling up fast. This following Sunday, then, we are hosting a Valentine's Day puzzle competition. You can get up to 6 people. It's $15 per person unless you bring in a canned good, and then we drop it down to $10. Winners get a $100 gift certificate to the golf course. And there's only a couple spots open. That filled up pretty quick. And this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week, if you guys have been reading the papers or the internet, our wrestling team took 11 people to the state tournament. We'll be showing all the matches at the golf course. So they'll be up on the TV and everything. So if you stop by and lunch, you're not able to get to Denver to watch the state tournament, we will be having them played over at the golf course. And then in mid-March, we will be redoing the kitchen floor. Again, the upgrade is made possible to the Joseph Needham and Pettis Foundation and giving us a donation. So we were going to try to do it at the end of February. The contractor, something came up with them, so it'll be more in mid-March. So we will be looking to do that then. So that's kind of my report for the night. Is there any questions?
Do you have any updates on Prairie Trails?
Actually, I'm meeting with the contractor tomorrow morning at 8. I believe that we're raring to go once the weather, cooperates and everything like that. I know we did get the transformer in. All the irrigation lines are laid, so it's just a matter now of getting back in there once the weather cooperates and finishing off that project. So.
Awesome, thank you.
I have a question. Doty Pond in the spring, what's gonna happen there?
That's part of it.
Is that part
That's
of it?
part of our irrigation.
Okay.
Once it gets completely drained down and we are basically, it's frozen over, so.
Yeah,
So now, once we get the Canfield plumbing in there, they will, since we're gonna be drafting off of it, they'll be able to put their infrastructure in and we'll fill it back up and then hopefully they'll stock it and life will be good again. So, but yeah, we are planning on getting that filled up this spring, early summer.
Lance, any update on upcoming trips?
Yeah, yes, actually we did. We just booked a trip to Memphis. It'll be in September. I believe it's the 9th through the 15th. And it's $1,400 for that. And that includes your transportation, your hotel rooms, plus several tours and everything. So we've had several calls on that already, and that's filling up quick. We will have a meeting for that on February 24th out at the golf course at 6 p.m. To kind of give you more information on the trip and stuff, but that's the fall trip we have scheduled for this year. We do have also, we don't have the exact dates yet, but we'll have 3 trips to Blackhawk. We'll have one in April, one in July, and one in October. So those will be 3 trips that we will be sponsoring to Blackhawk this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Lance. Dale Colrick, Public Works Director.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Just brief report. The street crew's been out doing some patching of some potholes and tree trimming here the last week, and tried to get some in today as well because the weather's going to be changing on us. So right now we're just gearing up for the storm that's coming in. We're anticipating anywhere between, well, National Weather Service is predicting anything between 4 to 6 inches of snow, but it changes every 4 hours, so I'm not holding my breath. But we're going to be getting geared up for snow removal and trying to work that. But the bigger thing is the cold snap that's coming through. We got another backdoor front coming down out of the Arctic, and it's going to be cold. And so they're talking sub-zero temperatures, and we just want to make sure that our employees are safe and everything's good that way. And then we wait for water meters to freeze after it warms up. So, other than that, with the utility department right now, they're doing some surveying and geotech with wastewater for the solids handling facility down at the wastewater facility. And then we also are looking at the proposed RO site down by the Prairie Ponds. And so that'll be occurring this week as well. So they're out locating some of our distribution mains and stuff out of the well field so we can get those down on the map and get them accurately recorded. Other than that, any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dale. Chris Bostron, Finance. Okay. Loranda Packard.
Just a few things that we're working on. Number one, digital accessibility. There's quite a bit that we need to get done before July. And so I've been talking with some third parties on whether or not we can have them help us with that task. And then council chambers will be getting a facelift. We are looking at plans on that, so stay tuned. And it may come down to when they get started in here, we may have to move our council meetings for a meeting or two just to give them plenty of time to get everything done in here. But we'll give more information as that's available. And then on the cemetery changes that we've been working on, in addition to reviewing the fees, we've been looking also at code and also our rules and regulations. Not drastic changes there, but there are a few things that we need to update. And then also soon we will have silent alarms as part of our safety plan. And just wanted to welcome Councilor Horton.
Thanks.
So that's all I have.
Good. Thank you. Kim Dix, Human Resources. All right, thank you. Dan Croft,
I also have nothing, unless you guys have questions.
anybody have any questions for Dan? All righty. Mayor and council reports. Any councilors have anything to report?
Just to welcome Councilor Horton.
Yes, welcome.
If you have any questions, ask, man. We've got in your shoes, man. Takes a while to get your view here, so. Yep.
Very good. That's what I was gonna say. Welcome. If there is nothing else, I would look for a motion to adjourn so we can move into our work session.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll do our work session. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Let's have a couple
I
items
took
on
Friday
the-
off, so I'll be there during the day, set everything up, and make sure everything goes good, so.
The
I'm gonna swing by, probably start getting
county
cash, so
commissioner
I'm
meeting,
converted into bigger
they were
for you
talking
guys,
about,
so that's cool. Okay, so, they wrote a check for
I think that's
25,
solar
Ms.
fuel
Bronco
or
was in there,
something.
so.
Someone coming.
Yeah, he
There's
wanted
a check, I didn't know
to go
what
there to
to write
have
the
some-
check